be streaming, so let me switch to the stream intermission. So here I am with you, so gather up and be ready to watch a new YouTube live stream of PC Building Simulator, an upgraded game from I think in 2014. So you're welcome to subscribe down below to my channel and hit the bell icon to ring for the new live stream, and hit like. And I advise to chat while on intermission page, so while you can see me on the camera. And I advise, so let's move into the game. I'm using my phone as a Stream Deck controller, so we will be seeing each other in game. So you can still see my camera. Now you will be able to see a game when I launch PC Building Simulator. I launched the game, so I'm gonna switch here to the not intermission, game, chat, YouTube. Doesn't wanna function. Events, no events. So we are in the PC Building Simulator. Let me explain to you when the game was first released. The game was first released way back in 2014, when you had nothing to buy. You actually took a case, you don't need nothing to buy, and actually play the game just by building a computer from already purchased parts in your inventory. But this is a 2019 version, and I advise, so we can check out, I advise to check the game. And you can see that under career I'm already having a new game. I'm already having a continue button, load game, and new game button. Under how to build a PC, you can read a guide how you actually build the PC, and under free build you basically play for free, and you can build numerous number of computers. Under options you can configure the language, the quality, the resolution, take the full screen VSync, configure music and FX audio, sensitivity of looking, gamepad cursor sensitivity, zoom sensitivity, enable razor chroma, invert up and down look, show tooltips, enable edge scrolling, configure key bindings, different keys, reconfigure the keys to suit your needs, check credits, or hit apply when you're done configuring this, or hit back if you don't want to do nothing. You can go to their Discord server, Twitter or Facebook and follow them there if they release a new update. By clicking exit game, you basically go back to your monitor. So I will click continue and show you how the game is done. We will be needing to wait for the PC building simulator to open my room. I choose the room from Razer, so you will be seeing a lot of green color and a lot of Razer products which you might know. So you can see that all the way up on the wall is Razer logo, all the way around are Razer logos, everything is green. You can see I have fragile boxes here, so this is basically hypercached a Xeon Power King 600 PSU and Mortoni H170 MTech motherboard, because I have here computers, one on which I need to install the better power supply unit, one that I have to replace just a motherboard, and one that I have to disassemble and activate and add the thermal paste and run the 3D Mark. So let me show you. Here is Team Red Hot repairs for gamers by gamers, a motto of Razer. You can see a Razer logo on the door. You can see that the room is a little bit like a Razer. Here is a cupboard which I can get in 6th level. Here are all the Razer headphones. We can see that they're fairly detailed on their stands. Razer Kraken Pro green, black, blue. A lot of Razer headphones here. You can see here Nari Ultimate keyboards, more keyboards, more keyboards, more headphones, more keyboards, more Razer keyboards, more Razer headphones, more Razer keyboards, Razer Sila, Razer RGB stands. Here are basically 2 tables that are still locked, 2 workbenches, 1 workbench which is already opened with a monitor, keyboard, mousepad, and all the cables connected. Here on that giant Razer wall, here is another cupboard, storage cupboard. Here is my schedule. So you can see that I have here 2 deliveries done, and this is actually your main computer with a Razer headset, some Razer branded food, keyboard, mousepad, and display, which you use to control that computer, which is yours. And I advise, so we are gonna check how you actually replace a PSU. So here on that paper you can see that it is fixed. I advise to click upgrade computer. You right click to pick the computer up, and you left click to place. If you want to work on PC, you left click, and if you want to remove a side panel, you basically double hold, and now those are 4 screws I have to remove here, 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 and here. So we basically opened a case. You can see cables, Mortoni, motherboard, a graphics card. So I advise to turn around by clicking right mouse button, you turn around, and by scrolling you zoom in or out. So now we have to remove the PSU mount, power supply unit mount, to get, so we can get out of the case the Gion. So we have to again move around, go here, click all the cables, which are connected to the all the cables basically to unhook the PSU, unplug the hard drive, and turn, zoom out, and remove Sean Power King 250. Now you press 1 to install. You search here where it says power supplies. We can sell the Sean Power King 250 watt 140 millimeter modular ATX power supply, and we will be switching it with Sean Power King 600 watt 140 millimeter modular ATX power supply, so we can keep these. We will be selling it later. I will show you how you can sell it there, or previously when I showed the keyboards you can click the inventory and sell it. So let's click choose. You place the mouse and now it says install PSU Sean Power King 600. The PSU supplies the power to the components in the PC. Basically tells you, so now we have to install back a PSU mount. Basically place the mouse and click and screw the mount back onto the case, tighten the screws. Now we will be turning it around, so and click and zoom in by scrolling. Press 3 on the keyboard to connect a base of cables to the PSU. I think we have to also connect the PSU to supply power. Now to supply power to the motherboard, and from the front cooling here we did everything in the case. So now we can install back the side panel. Now we screw back in the motherboard, so the case. We did that, and now we rotate. Press 3 to grab all the cables, to grab the keyboard, mouse, display to the graphics card, PSU, and we have to press 1, go under Tools and Software, click USB drive, actually connect it, and now we can click Monitor. You see I clicked the monitor and press left click. Now I have to press P. Now I'll be quiet so you can hear the boot up sound. Now you can see that the 3D Mark Advanced Edition program is installed. We just have to double click it. I will enlarge it to full screen and hit run. And now we basically scan the CPU, the processor, and see how it performs. The computer has now started 15.6 to 15.7, 15.9 frames per second. We are on the frame for over 400 frames, and now we see that we jump from 15 to 24 frames per second in a different one. We will see at the end how the computer did and how we will get up the level. So now we drop again back to 18 because there are different scenes we have to test and see how they work. So we're at 30-20 FPS but before, and we finished. We got 3,859 in the Times Pi Extreme. The graphics score was 3,717. In the first test we got sturdy 25 FPS, so close to 30 frames per second and close to 25 frames per second. On the CPU score we got nearly 5,000 and we get a 16 frames per second just with CPU. And down here we can check system information, DFL Radeon R9 to 290 GR8 TOR GPU graphics process unit, Intel Core i7 6700K, and this test was done today at 12:51 p.m. So we can close the program, shut down the computer by pressing P, or in the start menu shut down. Now we can press escape. We're still on remove, and now we just unplug USB, keyboard, mouse, display, PSU power, press escape, right click, grab the computer, and now it says we have to place it right here when the green boxes are lit up. So right under the desk, like that. Now we can grab the thermal paste one. You can see a black case. Before we had a case with top fans. Now we just have to rotate ourselves, remove the the side panel, and now we don't have to remove nothing else than just turn, unplug here the cable from CPU cooler, and you can see Pentium processor. We now press 1 to get thermal paste, just to grease on the CPU right here, and now we press 1 again to install. Go under CPU cooling and click that used one more Tony Thermal 100 and install it. Back like that. Just press to install, press 3 to connect a cable from here up to CPU power fan. Now we can go back a bit, click 1, go under PC parts, click side panel, click install, screw back, and I think now we can zoom out, rotate, press 3. Now we are gonna connect cables from the table, all the supplies we have in the shop, and now we are ready to press 1 again, go under tools and software, and basically install the USB. And now we just click monitor and press P to power up the computer and wait for the computer to boot up. We will basically need to click these thing here, this icon, add or remove programs, or we can click here and click add and remove software in a menu. 3D Mark Advanced Edition, we will have to install that one, wait for the program to install, and reboot the computer. Now we hit yes, and now it's time to reboot the computer. And ran the software up. So now we just click run and do the same as before. You can see that before we were just replacing a Xeon Power King 250 for Xeon Power King 600, so we were replacing a 250 watt power supply for 600 watt power supply, but now we just had to apply the thermal paste to dissipate the heat from the CPU, and you can see that we are getting around 20 frames per second. We will again see the same scenes as before when we replace and test the Xeon Power King supply for computer, and we will see at the end how the GPU did in all those tests, and how the CPU did, and what kind of specs the computer has. So we can see that the computer did with 2823 in the time spy extreme, 3130 93 on the graphics score with sturdy 21 FPS at the first and 18 at the second, and CPU did 1705 with 5 frames per second. The GPU is shown GeForce GTX 970 Gamer, which is actually NVIDIA GeForce GTX 970 Intel Pentium G4520 processor. And now we can close down the program, press P to shut down the computer, escape to stop working with monitor, and now just place the mouse on cables and supplies that we provide for the computer and remove the USB drive. Press escape again, press right click on the computer to pick it up and place it somewhere near the upgraded computer. And now we have to replace the motherboard. Pick up the computer. Wow, that computer in the green room is shiny. White case. And now we will be needing to click on it, turn around, and basically first stay in the distance to remove the case part, and we will basically need to zoom in, unscrew the second case part at the back to remove, and basically slowly click all the cables to remove them from the motherboard. Remove the power cable, the air cooler with its cable does need to be removed. All the RAM clips need to be opened. RAM needs to be removed. A Celeron CPU needs to be removed. A graphics card needs to be unscrewed. And we look, did we forgot something to remove? No. We just click the motherboard and unscrew 1, 2, 3 under the RAM, 4 here, 5 here, and 6 under this port. Now we have to unscrew all the mounts. We can see our beautiful Razer headphones and bottom part of Razer logo on the other side because we removed the back panel. And now we remove the motherboard standoffs. We click install, find motherboards, sell the broken More20 for 3, and install this motherboard in. Screw back the mounts just like we before removed the mounts on previous motherboard. Install backboard is in. Now we need to screw it back in. It's 6 screws just like we did before. Open the RAM clips, dual RAM clips. Open the CPU shield, and we can start installing CPU/processors. Celeron G39 1000 and memory. We basically install those Mortoni value RAMs, 2 gigabytes, and another 2 gigabytes provided by the person who sent us the computer, and click graphics cards, install back his graphics card, escape, click 3 to connect all the cables, basically power for the motherboard, both PSU powers, hard drive to the power and to the motherboard, so it can provide us with operating system, and up all the way up here on the case to there, so the case can be powered on. Press 1 to install something and go under tools, add a little bit of thermal grease, go under CPU cooling and pick the one that the Woodward provided, and now install the cable, and we are done. We are nearly done. We have to click PC parts, install the backside panel, which we unscrewed before to easily remove the motherboard. Move back, press install, install the front one. So now we did the third computer, and turn to the back, click cables, cable, and now basically plugging all the stuff we have on the table right here. Press install to add the software, and we just have to boot the computer into the preloaded operating system. And that's it. We can press B to switch off the computer and remove the USB drive, which provides us with Omega OS and all the software we need. Press escape, pick up the computer and place it near the fixed one, and that's it. We did all 3 computers. Now we return to the computer which I showed at the startup. Click the monitor, open the email app. Missing thermal paste, nothing, require level 1, no payback. We can discard that email. Replace motherboard 300, budget 100, okay. We are now on Bongo, and now we can delete this email. There was the budget, so we are on 2000. We can discard the email, we can expire the email. You can see level up, Arctic's processor, CPU. Oh my god, we got new RAM, Bongo. Okay, just bits, so new computers. We can accept that, and I'm gonna minimize the email. I'm gonna change the wallpaper in work computer to something like I wanted, like that. press shop, and now I need 16 gigs of RAM. I already have one from this one. Okay, another Z1, inventory 1, 2, so 100 of budget. So we're in transit, we have in transit, the computer should arrive. I'm gonna look at the schedule, which I showed you before. There is the delivery for PC and for another RAM stick. Now we go to the door with Razer logo. Click on the door to leave. Click on the green N button. And now we click go to work. Fragile, our RAM arrived, another RAM arrived, and here is the computer. Let me go around the table. Let me click on peek. Let me turn around and place the computer on the table. Now I can click whoa, what the heck is that? This is a beefy graphics card. This is MSI graphics card, my god. God damn it. He really wasn't shy on MSI graphics card. Now we zoom in because I need to unclip those RAM clips and remove. Oh my god, I could just add a RAM in. But I basically am going to replace one. Basically I could just add a RAM. Why did I purchase the RAM if I already had one? Okay, I'm gonna put that one in. That's it. So now I have to install the PC parts. Back his panel. Back his panel. 98 was parts budget just for one RAM. Yes, for one RAM. And we're not over budget for his computer. 3. Now I install the cables, and that's it. I have all the cables. Oh, I need to be quick. The stream is nearly ending. I'm gonna finish that computer and end the live stream. I have to just boot up the computer to see if computer works. I'll speak because computer I think works and will work. Yes, computer starts off. So now I turned off the computer. And now we just have to press all those cables and pick up the computer and put it here in the delivery area near my table. I'm going back to the computer to see my email. I got thermal paste email. Okay, I need, I got a new computer with upgrade to hard drive. GPU, T-dust, OKD dust, so I need to undust. I'll reject because I can't do it. I'll collect money, and now we arrive at the new. We got Ryzen 3 quad-core processor and MSI Radeon R9 280 gaming G3 LE, and I think we finish. I'm gonna exit the computer, and here I'm gonna end my live stream, so I'm gonna do a new game save so I don't lose it. I'm gonna save game to that and name it under, let's say, PCBS YouTube, and that's it. We saved the game. Now I can press exit, press main menu, and press, we are sure, did we save all? Did we save all? We need to wait a bit for my computer to load back the main menu. And now we are here. I can look under load game. Okay, PCBS YouTube, exit. And I'm gonna back to stream intermission, and that's all, my friends, for the stream. If you like it, go down in the go down above the description and type and press subscribe, press like, press the bell, and we will see each other in a new video when it will be released.